Starting the X-Files can be daunting, but checking out a few classic episodes first could give you an idea of whether you want to commit to watching the entire series. The X-Files centers on FBI agents Fox Mulder, David Duchovny, and Dana Scully, Gillian Anderson, as they investigate cases that range from supernatural to paranormal to just plain weird. With its unique blend of horror, sci-fi, drama, and humor, The X-Files became one of the most beloved and influential procedurals of all time. If you're committed to watching The X-Files, you should start at the beginning, but if you just want to see what the fuss is about or want to get someone else interested in the show, these 10 episodes can serve as a great preview. 10. Detour. Season 5, Episode 4. Mulder and Scully in a forest in X-Files Detour. While on their way to a team-building event, Mulder and Scully take a detour to investigate a series of strange deaths. Mulder believes the culprit to be some kind of cryptid creature that can camouflage itself in the woods. The partners wind up trapped in the forest, leading to some tense moments when they face off against the creatures. With its spooky setting, unique monster, and some sweet moments for Mulder and Scully, Detour has all the makings of a classic X-Files Monster of the Week episode. It's a relatively straightforward story that serves as a great example of the kinds of episodes the show delivers on a weekly basis. 9. Beyond the Sea. Season 1, Episode 13. In Beyond the Sea, agents Mulder and Scully meet with Luther Lee Boggs, Brad Dourif, a serial killer on death row who claims to have information about a recent kidnapping. Just before the case, Scully's father, William, Don Davis, passes away, and Boggs later hums the song that played at William's funeral. Although Mulder is usually the believer and Scully the skeptic, Beyond the Sea switches up that dynamic in a fascinating way. Scully initially puts more faith in Boggs' claims than she normally would, and the episode explores the juxtaposition of her scientific mind and religious faith. It's a great episode for those interested in learning more about Scully, and Gillian Anderson delivers a top-notch performance. EBE. Season 1, Episode 17. Mulder and Deep Throat in X-Files EBE. While many of the X-Files' best episodes are Monster of the Week stories, the show developed a complex mythology involving aliens and government conspiracies. In EBE, Mulder and Scully investigate a possible UFO crash, which leads Mulder to introduce Scully to the Lone Gunman, a trio of conspiracy theorists who will pop up throughout the series. The episode involves a search for an extraterrestrial biological entity, EBE, and includes an appearance from Mulder's informant, Deep Throat, Jerry Hardin. Although Mulder and Scully pursue the supposed extraterrestrial life, they are always one step behind. The X-Files mythology would grow convoluted by the series' end, but EBE offers a fun glimpse into its earliest days. 7. Pusher. Season 3, Episode 17. Robert Wisden's Robert Patrick Modell scowls in The X-Files, Pusher. When Mulder and Scully are called in to help apprehend a contract killer named Robert Patrick Modell, Robert Wisden, Mulder suspects that the man can influence other people to do his will. Modell pushes officers and a judge to let him go free, and even makes people shoot themselves and others. Modell eventually captures Mulder and forces him to play a game of Russian roulette. With its genuinely frightening villain and unexplained supernatural element, Pusher is an excellent episode for X-Files newbies. The episode boasts a clever script and strong performances, and has all the makings of a classic Monster of the Week episode. Quagmire. Season 3, Episode 22. Mulder and Scully visit a bait and tackle shop with a blow-up sea monster on its roof in the X-Files Quagmire. This episode sends Mulder and Scully to Georgia to investigate a series of deaths around a lake that Mulder believes were caused by a Loch Ness monster-type creature, which the town has nicknamed Big Blue. As the bodies pile up, Mulder and Scully explore the lake, finding themselves stranded on a rock after their boat sinks. Although Quagmire contains several references to past episodes of The X-Files, such as Scully's dog Queequeg, it can easily be enjoyed by new viewers as well. The story has plenty of humor and charm, but still incorporates horror elements, and has some great Mulder and Scully relationship moments. 5. The Host. Season 2, Episode 2. The Fluke Man stares open-mouthed in The X-Files. If you're a fan of monster movies, The Host is a great episode of The X-Files to check out. The story follows Mulder and Scully as they investigate a half-eaten body found in a sewer in New Jersey. This eventually leads them to discover a large, flukeworm-like creature, dubbed Fluke Man, that has been living in the sewers. Fluke Man remains one of The X-Files' most iconic and disgusting monsters, and The Host delivers plenty of fun scares. The episode also introduces Mulder's new informant, a man simply referred to as X, Stephen Williams, but it's the gross-out monster story that makes this episode such a classic. 4. Humbug. Season 2, Episode 20. While The X-Files had incorporated humor into earlier episodes, Humbug was the first episode that truly embraced the show's more comedic elements. The story centers on Mulder and Scully's investigation into murders being committed within a community of former circus and sideshow performers. Later comedic episodes like Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose and Jose Chung's From Outer Space work better after the viewer has become more familiar with The X-Files and its characters. But Humbug serves as a great introduction to the show's unique sense of humor and a delightful celebration of all things weird. 3. Squeeze. Season 1, Episode 3. Doug Hutchison as Eugene Toombs in The X-Files Squeeze. The X-Files' first true Monster of the Week episode delivers a suitably creepy villain in serial killer Eugene Victor Toombs, Doug Hutchison, who can squeeze himself through impossibly small spaces. As Mulder and Scully investigate the murder, Mulder finds strange, elongated fingerprints that link murders dating back to 1903. Squeeze proved that The X-Files could tell genuinely scary horror stories alongside its alien mythology storyline. The episode laid the groundwork for the standalone episodes that followed, and Toombs remains one of the series' most recognizable villains. He returns in the later Season 1 episode, Toombs, after being released from a psychiatric facility. 2. Ice. Season 1, Episode 8. Mulder and Scully pull their guns in paranoia in the X-Files episode Ice . Ice is clearly inspired by John Carpenter's The Thing, and the episode finds Mulder and Scully traveling to Alaska to investigate the deaths of an entire research team. Once they arrive at the isolated research station, Mulder, Scully, and their team must contend with an extraterrestrial parasitic organism that drives its hosts into a murderous rage. With a tense story that expertly plays with paranoia and claustrophobia, Ice remains one of the X-Files' best standalone episodes. The episode introduces compelling one-off characters, delivers genuine scares, and ultimately solidifies the trust between Mulder and Scully.